Hi guys, welcome to the Final Cut Pro step-by-step for beginners tutorial number 2. In today's video we're going to be learning how you can actually edit the video, and the timeline. So we're going to be learning about timeline and the viewing screen and all those stuff. So stay tuned, and in this video I'm going to be showing you a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be showing you how you can create your videos. So in the previous section we learned about this side of the section, how you create your basically project, event, and libraries, but in today's video we're going to be learning the second step on Final Cut Pro, how you can create your basic videos and video editing, which includes how to add the videos in timeline and basic shortcuts that you can use, and they can come in pretty handy. So over here you see one clip right here with the audio. I'm going to go ahead and play this so you can watch it. So this is basically my starting. I created this strictly on this platform, and I'm going to be showing you a few things, little tips and tricks. So over here that you see right here, right at the below, you see that -6 dB. This is your audio basically. So if I pull this down, I can literally grab it and pull this down, and now if I play this, you can see that I don't hear anything, right? So this is basically your sound adjuster. You can do it right from here, and you can see on the right side of the screen this is also changing, right? So I can unclick this to mute it, or I can click on this. Now on the top I can also increase the volume or decrease it. So now you can see there are 3 ways you can do it. You can do it right from this screen, you can do it right from here, you can mute it, or you can increase or decrease the volume right from the right side. Now on the audio side, there are a few things that I do want to tell you guys. So this audio that you're seeing is under the speaker section. So on this side you see this is purple speaker. This is the main volume we talked about. The audio enhancement tool is a pretty cool tool, so under that you have the equalization, and you have the voice enhancement, music enhancement. Depending on the type of voice recording that you're doing, most likely you're going to be doing voiceovers. So for voiceovers, I suggest you click on voice enhancement, and then it automatically adjusts your enhances your voice, during the recording part. Now the second one, right underneath, there's this thing, audio analysis. I highly recommend checking this one, because what this does is it fixes your audio. Anything, it's already fixed, so you don't see that over here. But you can just click on this little arrow. It enhances your audio, kind of boost up. It's like a auto tune. The computer analyzes and sets the best settings available for you. Loudness, you can click on this, kind of like look at the volume and adjust it, accordingly. And this is again an auto feature that you can do. Noise removal is if you want to remove the background noises. If you have like wind noise or something, in the background, it kind of like tone those sounds out. So you can increase or decrease. I leave it at 50%, but if you have too much background noise, you can increase that and play around with the settings. Now you have to be careful with the noise removal, because it does cause a little bit of echoing, so you may want to be careful how much you really want to increase this. Hum removal is basically, if you have a 50 hertz or 60 hertz sound signal in the background, you can check on this and remove those. Those you may not really need it if you don't have any hums on the background. This normally happens, if you have any electrical devices running on the background, and you have that 60 hertz or 50 hertz humming sound because of those electrical devices. So you may not have that issue. Wouldn't worry too much about pen, and this is mainly left or right. Stereo is basically a left and right channel. Highly recommend always using stereo sound, and that's basically it, for this particular section. Now let's get to the core. This was a little bit about the audio part. Now let's look at the video part. So for example, if you want to add a video to the timeline and you want to edit that particular video. So this one is I already had a clip. All I had to do was drag it down here. But let me look at another one of my clips. So for example, I recorded this from our previous session. So I was recording this, and right from here, I did some audio recording, so my audio is already embedded in there. So I'm going to go ahead and now play this so you can hear it. On Final Cut Pro, there are... Okay, so you heard my sound right here, right? So now I'm on the video part, and I can play around with the audio right by selecting this. So I can just go to this speaker, and right from here I can analyze my... This right now it's not analyzed, so I clicked on it and it says analyzing, and it fixed a bunch of stuff on its own. So now if I listen to it, it's going to be much better. Bunch of videos out there that you can see how much it really enhanced the audio as compared to how it was previously. Right now it's set at flat, so I can click on voice enhance, which will enhance it even better. So you can see how much it really changed. So now I'm going to play it. Let's show you how to use it, but so you can see, it keeps improving that sound quality. I can also do noise removal, which will remove any of the background noises. So now I'm going to play this. I could not really find a single... So you can see how much quietness in the background is only because of I selected those settings. So these are a few things. I don't have any hum issues in this particular video. So I did this, in that particular session. So now if you see, if I move my mouse, kind of plays it onto this screen, so it kind of gives you that overview, on this particular screen, which is pretty cool, because as I'm playing around with it, it can show me a bunch of stuff. Now you can always play around and detach the audio from the original clip if you really want to just play around with the audio separately. For you to do that, you just right click on this. You can click on expand audio, and now you can see that at the bottom you have the separate audio channel, and on the top you have the video channel, right? So you can play around with separately. I don't really normally do that, so I'm going to collapse the audio. I just worked with the whole thing all together, but you do have that option if you really want to do that. Now, one feature that you're going to be using a lot would be the zoom in and zoom out feature. So the best way to zoom in into your timeline is by pressing Command and the plus on your computer. So if I do Command plus, you can see how much I'm zooming in into each frame. Now you see that? How much I'm really into each frame. So this is like one audio, and this is all the quiet part, for that frame. Same thing with a video, Now if you want to cut the video, the best shortcut I can tell you is Command B. So if I do Command B, you can see it just cuts the video right there. So if you want to go back, if you don't want to cut it, if you made a mistake, all you have to do is just do Command Z, and that will put the video back together. Another great tool is for cutting is by just pressing B. If you press B on your keyboard, you see this red line that's with the blade. You can just click on any frame that you want, and you can just cut the video right there and make changes. So if I just want to cut this part and delete the middle section, so I already did the cutting part, so I don't need the blade anymore. So for me to go back to the arrow, I just press A, which will give me this arrow. I can select the area that I want to delete and just press delete, and that's how easy it is. Now if I don't want to delete it, just Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. That just put everything back to normal. It just keeps going back for the steps that you have done and that you just basically want to undo. So this is how easy it is. Now if you want to move the timeline, the best tool you have is hand tool, which kind of grabs the entire timeline and move it back and left and right. So all you'd have to do is press H for hand, and now you see this hand, and now I can grab it with my mouse project, and I can move it however I want to. Now if I want to zoom out, what I have to do is press Command and minus sign. Keep pressing it one by one, and then it keeps. So it's basically Command minus or Command plus for zoom in, minus for zoom out, plus for zoom in, minus for zoom out. Guys, do some practice. This tool will save you a heck lot of time. The hand tool, the arrow tool, the cut, the blade tool that we talked about. All you have to do is just press B for blade, H for hand, A for arrow, and that's how easy you can get access to it. You don't really have to go and select it from any of these top options. So these are the basic ones. Now those tools are also available right here. Select, trim, hand tool, weight, and you can see these are all the shortcuts. So these will really save you a lot of time. Now this is basically how you do it. So now if I let me mute it so you don't hear me going back and forth. So now if I play this, it just plays, and I can move the timeline right from here, and it's going to keep playing it wherever I move it to. So if I'm playing it from here, if I'm playing it from here, you can see the time right here shows where I am on the timeline. So the top bar that you see, I'm getting close to like 4 minutes, and this is where it shows me that I am. So it's a pretty cool tool, to know where exactly you are. Now, another thing is, for example, if you are at this section, right, and you want to kind of zoom in onto this part. So the first thing you need to do is cut it. And how do we cut it? Press B as a blade, and I'm just going to put a blade right on the line. So now I'm cutting this part. Now I have to select the second frame, how much I really want to zoom in, right? So I just want to zoom in this part of the video. Now, let me zoom in a little bit on the timeline. And how do we zoom in? Command plus, Command plus, Command plus. Oh, I'm zoomed in, right? Now I'm going to select A because I want to select this. I don't need the blade anymore. So A, and here is my arrow, or I can just select the arrow right from here. Now I go back to this screen, right? So if I want to zoom into this, all I have to do is click on this right here, click on transform. So now this box is going to appear. See this purple with the dot as soon as you click transform. And if I undo it, it goes away. But I'm going to click on it and it comes back. And from here, I can zoom in right here. And now from the center one, I can just move it. You can see how I zoomed into this. So now let's go ahead and let me zoom out on my timeline. And now let's play this. So as you can see, I'm playing it on my timeline, and now it's all zoomed in. So all the way till here is going to be zoomed in. And I can do the same exact thing on this frame if I want to. So if I want to zoom in on this frame, I can just select it and just do the same thing. Bring it all the way down and here. So now I'm zoomed into this only frame, and this is a different frame. So you can see 2 frames. And if I want to undo, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, it just keeps going back, putting everything back to normal. You can see everything went back to normal. So this is how easy it is, guys, to really use this. Very, very handy. The things that I'm telling you, I use it pretty much every day when I'm doing editing on this particular software. It's a little costly, but it's well worth it. So, these are the basics of creating. So once you're done creating a video, for you to import it, you see this on the top right, this box with the arrow. You click on this, and you have a few options. So you may have a different options, and you can change those. For you to change those, you can, let's go to the settings. So you may have a bunch of here. I just removed a few. For you to remove it, you click on this and click negative, so it'll remove it. But these are the 4 that I have saved on mine, and these are the ones that I use the most. So let me go ahead and show you how to export the video. So if I click on this, I do export file, and export file under settings will be all the same settings. The video codec is H.264. This is the highly recommended one because anything else that you select is gonna take a heck lot of space on your computer. So H.264 is the ideal one for you to save it to. Resolution 1920 by 1080 is good. Standard REC 709. Just keep every settings just like that. Action, save only. If you want to save it and play it right away, I just do save only. I play it whenever I want to. So at the bottom is what is showing you that's going to save it to. This is the file size. This is the MOV extension that is going to save to. And I wouldn't worry too much about roles and info. Info is basically you can name the file whatever you want to. So let's do test1 and test1 and then whatever you want over here. So now I can click on next, and now it tells you where it wants to save to. So now you can save it to download section. I normally save all my files into download, and once you save it, it just starts compiling and saves it. So let's go ahead and save it into download, and you can see this right there. This arrow is going to start doing its processing, and you can see if you click on this, it tells you it's transcoding, and eventually when it's done, you're going to see the file right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I don't want to transcode, but just wanted to show you guys how this is done. So hopefully guys, this video helps you guys understand the basics of video creating and saving. Keep watching my other videos where I'm going to be showing you a little bit more basic stuff, how to do a few things into Final Cut Pro. I'm going to take it step by step slowly so you guys, for the new beginners, you guys understand exactly how to use the software and how to make the most of the software. So hopefully you guys like the video. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you.